Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field in beautiful Roseburg, Oregon. It's time for Doc Stewart's American Legion Baseball here on The Score. Tonight, it's a non-league doubleheader as the Doc Stewarts have wrapped up Area 4 league play, and they wait to see what happens in games coming up Saturday and Monday to find out whether they'll be the number 2 seed or the number 3 seed. That'll definitely be a topic of conversation tonight as we make our way through this evening's broadcast. But the Doc Stewarts have put themselves into the postseason, and now they look to try and see if they can sharpen that edge as they get ready for the state tournament, hopefully coming up next week in Portland. They obviously are hoping to stay out of the play-in round of the tournament and avoid having to play one extra game that would be a single elimination. Winner moves on, loser done for the year. Stay out of that game and see if they can make it straight into the state tournament Saturday at Joe Edsel Field on the campus of the University of Portland. But the Doc Stewarts are not alone. The Post 58 Canyon Crushers in town tonight out of Area 3. They have also locked themselves into a postseason berth, and it looks like they're waiting to find out whether or not they'll be the number 1 seed or the number 2 seed out of Area 3. They've got a little bit of an uphill battle to get to the number 1 seed with Corvallis leading the way right now. Corvallis, 4 games left to go against the Salem Wellcare Dodgers in Area 3 play. But the Post 58 Canyon Crushers, they've wrapped up their league season, so they're in sit and wait and watch mode, much like the Doc Stewarts. We got plenty to get to here tonight. Going to have a fun night of baseball here at Champion Car Wash Field. If you're catching us on your way home, or maybe as you are putzing around and doing stuff here on this Friday night, we encourage you to come on out and join us here at the ballpark. These will be the final today, they'll have 2 games today and then 2 games on Sunday, and those are your final 4 chances to try and see the Doc Stewarts here at home this season. So if you've been thinking about coming out for a ball game, whether 1 or 2 on a doubleheader, we encourage you to do so today. You've got 2 coming up here tonight. They've got the concession stand open here in a little bit, and it'll be a perfect night for some baseball. If you can't make it today, Docs are back here at home on Sunday at 2 for a doubleheader against the Hillsdale Merchants, another team that is looking to be postseason bound, so it should be another good matchup coming up for us. We got plenty to break down throughout tonight's broadcast, so we will go ahead and get in our first break here during the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Don't have an interview with Coach Sestair here tonight. We're going to just be powering through this pregame show. I'm just going to say it's been a day we can discuss, but you don't need to hear me griping about my work. You've got your own gripes about probably having to show up for your 9 to 5 or whatever it may be, and we all know that things come along. So the good news, we got baseball coming up here in just a few. So we'll get to that. We'll break down what things are looking like for the Doc Stewarts in the Area 4 standings. We'll get you a run-through of how things shape up and where the Docs might be when things are all said and done coming up on Monday. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. Today's game streaming with video online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score. It's presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. Back after this 2-minute break on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
The lineups for the post 58 pressure. Gentlemen, when I call your name, please go out there to the line in front of you as we get ready for the national anthem.
Back here at Champion Car Wash Field, as the teams are getting announced down on the field, we are getting ready to go for today's matchup. Taking a look at Area 4, the league standings. Medford right now leading the way. They are 9-3 in league play, and at the top of the standings once again. They will hope to secure a league title. Medford needs to win one game. They've got 4 games left. They're all against Central Oregon. They'll get started tomorrow night down in Medford with their first of 2 doubleheaders against the Generals, who the Doc Stewarts just won 3 out of 4 against. So Medford needs to win just one of those games against the Central Oregon Generals, and Medford will be your number 1 seed out of Area 4. The Doc Stewarts need to see Central Oregon lose one game. If they do lose one game against Medford, then the Doc Stewarts will be the number 2 seed out of Area 4. Now, Central Oregon does have a chance to, they could do almost anything right now. The Generals, if they sweep Medford, they'll be the Area 4 league champs. And that 10-6 on the season, and then Medford would drop to 9-7. And the Central Oregon Generals could be the top team in Area 4 if they can sweep Medford coming up Saturday and Monday. It's going to be an uphill battle, but they have the opportunity to do so. If that happens, then Medford would be the 2 seed, the Docs would be the 3 seed. Now, you've also got Grants Pass and Eugene in the 4th and 5th spots in the standings. Eugene, the defending state champs, they are up a huge battle, and they do not control their own destiny. Either Grants Pass or Eugene, if one of those 2 teams, and they'll meet for 4 games coming up here this weekend and wrapping up on Monday, if Grants Pass or Eugene can sweep that series, take all 4 games, and they can get Redmond to lose, they would need Redmond to lose 3 games against Medford. They cannot finish tied with Redmond or with Central Oregon because Central Oregon owns the tiebreakers against both Grants Pass and Eugene, so they would have to pass them. So they need the Generals of Central Oregon to lose 3 games, and then Grants Pass or Eugene would have to sweep to be able to move ahead of them and take over the 3rd spot. So for the Nuggets and for the Challengers, it is a huge uphill battle to try and get into the state tournament or into the postseason as the number 3 seed out of Area 4. It is possible, but they have to play lights out down the stretch and hope for a little bit of help from the Generals and from the Medford beating the Generals 3 times. That is kind of how it looks, and we'll go through that as we go on tonight here, but we'll go ahead and take our final break of the Roseburg Disposal pregame show and come back with your starting lineups on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google-certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management.
If you have a pet, it must be on a leash. If it's not, you will be asked to leave the stadium with your pet. Protect our investment and please help keep our...
Well, just about time to get this one underway. Let's go ahead and introduce you to tonight's starting lineups for the two clubs in tonight's matchup. Your Roseburg Dr. Stewarts are the home team in the contest, as you would expect, and they'll be out there defensively to start. Let's take a look at the starting nine for head coach Kyle Baker and the Post 58 Canyon Crushers. The Crushers will start off with center fielder Colton Connolly, who will lead things off, followed by second baseman Colson Swartz, the second baseman there, batting second. The catcher, Wyatt Postlethwaite, will bat third, followed by first baseman James Collier. The third baseman, Sawyer Enderley, batting fifth, followed by Wade Bergdahl, the DH, batting in the sixth spot. Hitting seventh is Ryan Hockman, the left fielder. And hitting eighth, Owen Zur, the right fielder. The shortstop, Oliver Hunt, will bat in the 9 position for this Crushers team. A ground ball right side, throw to first base offline, backed up by the catcher Ty Hellenthal. Nice job by Logan Anderson to get to it. Diving attempt by Danner Wirtz, the first baseman for the Doc Stewarts, to try and get to the ball. Pulled down the right side of the infield by Colton Connolly, and Connolly is on base to lead things off against Tegan Sprague, the starting pitcher for the Doc Stewarts. Sprague is a right-hander out of Umpqua Valley Christian. First-year Docs player. And he will face off against the two-hitter Swartz, the second baseman. Takes outside for a 1-0 count. All right, as mentioned, we are making our way through things here today. It's been a day filled with all sorts of twists and turns and challenges, adversity we're trying to overcome. Tegan Sprague, the 1-0 pitch, with a man at first and nobody out after the Post 58 Crushers get a leadoff single from Colton Connolly, who's out at first base. Nice day here at the ballpark. It's been a warm one in the Umpqua Basin, but it's not smoking hot out here today. As a pickoff throw to first, not in time. There is a breeze blowing through. That is what's tossling around our center field camera out there. For those that are watching online, it's a strike in, 1-1 count for Swartz. The breeze coming through does tossle it up and down a bit. We will be playing under the lights here tonight, a doubleheader getting started at 5 o'clock. We should be having those lights kicking on and taking effect here. A 2-1 count for the lefty Swartz. He takes outside from Sprague and is ahead, 3 balls and a strike. We'll take a look at the Docs defense around the diamond here in this first inning. Tegan Sprague coming in, making his 8th appearance, his 3rd start of the summer. He's thrown 19 innings, make that 14 innings. He's got a 2-1 win-loss record and a 5.00 ERA. Throw down to second base, high, tag down, not quite in time. And it was a strike at the plate, so it's a 3-2 count. I'm not sure that Paxton Burke, the shortstop, was aware that that was going to be called a strike. Ethan was thinking maybe ball 4, and that the tag applied to Connolly wasn't going to matter because of the walk. So he didn't get it down maybe as fast as he could have. Might have had a chance at a tag. Connolly to second base. 3-2 pitch to Swartz. Ground ball towards short. Charging in Burke. Sends it over to Wirtz. Makes the catch at his shoe tops. And there's one down, but the runner now up to third base for the Crushers.
The next batter, number 21, Wyatt Postlethwaite.
One down for the Crushers, and Wyatt Postlethwaite, the catcher, will stand in. This Crushers team, 18-17 on the year, just like the Doc Stewarts, who are also 18-17. Both teams looking to try and finish second in their respective leagues and make a run in the state tournament. As the first pitch fouled away, strike one for Postlethwaite. Wyatt Postlethwaite, out of Silverton High School, headed to Mount Hood Community College next year. Catching today for the Crushers. The 0-1 pitch bounces in front of the plate. 1-1 count. Behind the dish is Ty Hellenthal catching for the Docs in today's contest. Danner Wirtz at first, Logan Anderson at second. On the left side of the diamond, Daniel Withers at third, and Paxton Burke at short. Ground ball chopper towards Withers at third base, but into foul territory for strike two. In the outfield, Ryan Shaver in left, Dane St. Clair in center, and Taj Flora in right. Get a chance at a legal ID here in just a moment for our radio listeners. So bring you coverage both on the radio and with our live video simulcast online at 541radio.com. Also on our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score on YouTube. You can watch it there. Hit the subscribe button to follow the action with us. And you can watch it on YouTube on all sorts of different platforms. Your smart screen, or your smart TV, your tablet, a laptop, your phone. A lot of ways to be able to tune in and watch today's game with us. Pitch was low, 2-2 count here for Postlethwaite. Swings and fouls off a pitch to stay alive with the 2-2 count against Sprague. Warm one out here again. I think we hit the low 90s today here in the Umpqua Basin. A 2-2 pitch. High and away for Sprague. Well, maybe just the upper 80s today. Temperatures are kind of a cooling trend coming up this week. More kind of reasonable temperatures rather than the 90s. It's been a couple of streaks of some warm temperatures this summer, but for the most part, been fairly moderate. There's a swing and a miss on the outside corner. Postlethwaite goes down swinging. That's the first strikeout in the game for Tegan Sprague. There's two down. 86, it says, according to my phone right now. Now, I've been very skeptical of the iPhone weather app on there. It seems to be running extremely lower than the actual temperature lately, but it says 86 degrees. Sun is shining. We've seen plenty of issues with sunny days here at this ballpark as of late. As up to bat will be James Collier, the first baseman, cleanup hitter, takes high and inside for ball one. There's two outs with a man at third for the Crushers here in the top of the first. Tegan Sprague trying to pitch around a leadoff single. Ground ball right side. Logan Anderson scoops it up, has time, sends it to Wirtz, and the Doc Stewarts will get through things here in the first inning. No runs come in for the Crushers on one hit. No Doc's errors. One man left on base for Post 58. It's scoreless after a half inning. Coming up with the bottom of the first here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Martin. The designated hitter is in the number 6 spot, number 32, Wade Bergdahl for Cass Martin.
Bottom of the first inning in a scoreless contest. Doc Stewart's coming up to bat. Joey Keyran here with you from Champion Car Wash Field tonight for Game 1 of today's doubleheader. For head coach Tim Sestair and the Doc Stewarts, leading off will be Paxton Burke, the shortstop, followed by Logan Anderson, the second baseman. Cal Robbins will DH here in Game 1. He's batting third, hitting for the starting pitcher Tegan Sprague. Taj Flora, the right fielder, will bat fourth, followed by center fielder Dane St. Clair. In left field, Ryan Shaver batting sixth. Daniel Withers, the third baseman, will hit seventh. At first base, Danner Wirtz batting eighth, and the catcher is Ty Hellenthal, will round out the starting nine for the Doc Stewarts. They will face off against Cassius Martin, and it goes by Cash out of McNary High School, Chemeketa Community College commit. First pitch from the right-hander is inside and in the dirt for ball one against the switch-hitting Paxton Burke. Now, you talk about a guy that is red hot at the plate right now. That is Paxton Burke, and he is going to stay that way as he forces one opposite field. A leadoff single for the Doc Stewarts. And boy, oh boy, good luck trying to stop Paxton Burke right now. He gets on with the first hit of the game for the Doc Stewarts, brought to you by MSK True Value. Make sure that your summer projects are a hit with a stop by the MSK family of stores in Myrtle Creek and Tri-City. For Paxton Burke, he is now batting .393 coming into today's matchup, and he gets on with a leadoff single. Logan Anderson will take low and outside for ball one. Anderson batting with a man on at first. In the four-game series against the Central Oregon Generals, a pickoff throw, Burke back in safely. They played 4 games against the General, 2 at home, 2 on the road. Burke got up to bat 16 times. He had 16 plate appearances. He reached base in 14 of them. As Anderson will flare one out to center field. That ball drops in. Burke will move up to second, cautiously watching that one to make sure the center fielder Colton Connolly was not able to get to it. And back-to-back base hits for the Doc Stewarts to lead things off here in the first inning. They've got runners at first and second with nobody out. And it brings up Cal Robbins, who's also been hitting very well as of late, all season long, really, for Cal. Logan Anderson had come in with a .292 average. Might just be working his way above that 300 mark. Cal Robbins comes in hitting .343, and he is slugging outstanding this year. He's got 6 home runs. He's got 13 extra base hits. He leads the team with 35 RBI, and he's got a chance to add to it here. Nobody out, 2 on, breaking ball, gets away. Burke heading for third, throw is high, he keeps a handle on the bag, and he's in safely on the wild pitch. Following behind him, Logan Anderson moves up to second. And the Doc Stewarts trying to set the tone early, being aggressive on the bases. They've got 2 runners into scoring position with nobody out. Cal Robbins at the plate, a 1-0 count. Cal had his 6th home run in Game 2 of the doubleheader against Central Oregon back on Wednesday. A 3-run homer. He hit a 3-run homer here at home against the Central Oregon Generals as well. So had 2 home runs in that 4-game series. He chops one towards third base. It'll go foul. Doc Stewarts have been improving the batting average up to .291 as a team. Docs have scored 190 runs. They have given up 187. So on the positive side of the run differential, but not by a wide margin. The 2-1 pitch. And Cal sends it opposite field, drifting into the bullpen for the Crushers down the right field side. That'll drop for a long strike, and it's a 2-2 count. Cash Martin on the mound, mentioned committed to go to Chemeketa Community College out of McNary High School, class of 2025. According to the online research, hitting the mid-80s for his top speed with his fastball. He's got the 2-2 count here against Cal, and his breaking ball goes to the backstop, racing home, and sliding in head first will come in Paxton Burke. Doc Stewarts will grab a 1-0 lead. It's another wild pitch for Martin. And the Doc Stewarts are up 1-0, still nobody out. Moving up to third base goes Logan Anderson. Cal with a runner at third, still an RBI opportunity. The full count pitch. Cal gets underneath it, launches to center field, long run. That ball's going to get down. Colton Connolly, all he could do is turn and run and watch it. It goes all the way to the fence. Cal is kicking it into third gear as he's racing in, standing up triple, drives in a second run for the Doc Stewarts as that young man can hit a baseball. Third hit in the first inning for the Docs. It's another extra base hit for Cal Robbins. That will be his third triple of the season, and it scores Logan Anderson from third base. It's a RBI for Cal. He cashes in on the chance. RBIs are brought to you by Umpqua Bank. Whether it's great deals on investments, savings on loans and lines of credit, or personal banking with no overdraft fees, you can cash in with Umpqua Bank, member FDIC. Docs lead at 2-0. Still nobody out with a man at third. First pitch, a check swing, didn't go around. 1-0 count for Taj Flora. Taj chops one up the middle. That'll get through. 4 straight hits to start out the ball game, and Taj has an RBI. That'll bring in Cal Robbins. And the Doc Stewarts build an early 3-0 lead against this Crushers squad.
Now batting number 13, Dane St. Clair.
4 straight hits to get it started. On base is Taj Flora. Coming in to score Cal Robbins. 3-0. Doc Stewart's in front. That brings up Dane St. Clair, the 5-hitter in the lineup today. Dane takes a strike. Dane comes in batting .330 on the summer. Dane had a bit of a slower spring season with Roseburg, but he has once again come alive here in the summer as he fouls off the 0-1 pitch from Martin. Kind of, I believe, a bit of a repeat. I think Dane had a better spring his junior year. Ended up getting first-team All-League honors his junior season at Roseburg High. Ended up with second-team honors his senior season. But the summer has really been where he has thrived. As he gets a tapper back to the mound, they're going to try to go to second for the lead runner. They get the out there. They will not get Dane at first. So they get the lead runner, Taj Flora, out at second. 1-4 the put out. And Dane St. Clair on with a fielder's choice. Despite the result there, Dane having a nice summer, .330 batting. He's got 24 RBI. That is second most on the team behind Cal Robbins. And so it's been a good summer for him. As now Dane taking off for second will get in just ahead of the tag. So he quickly takes second base with 1 out, a man in scoring position again. A 1-0 count at the plate for Ryan Shaver. Shaver an RBI opportunity after the stolen base. Breaking ball in for a strike to Shaver. Dane St. Clair picking up his 9th stolen base, 3rd most on the team. He's out at second base. 1-1 count for Ryan Shaver. The left fielder chases a breaking ball outside for strike 2. Ryan Shaver, he's playing in just his 20th game. Doc's playing their 36th game of the season. He's batting .293 on the summer. The youngster out of Umpqua Valley Christian takes outside on the fastball from Martin. Misses high and away. Behind the plate catching, Wyatt Postlethwaite. Postlethwaite, a second-team All-League catcher at Silverton High School this year. Get back in his crouch behind the dish. The 2-2. Chopped foul past the Doc's dugout on the third base side for Shaver. Out at first base, James Collier. Colson Swartz at second. On the left side of the diamond, Sawyer Enderly at third. Oliver Hunt at short. 2-2 pitch from Martin. Grounder back up the middle. Gets in. And Ryan Shaver will have his first hit of the day. Coming around to score from second is Dane St. Clair. Standing up. He crosses home. RBI for Ryan Shaver. Shaver will pick up his 5th RBI of the summer. And that is the 5th hit here in the first inning for the Doc Stewarts as they lead it now 4-0. Still just 1 out as they have been putting the barrel on the ball. Brings up the 7-hitter, Daniel Withers. A young man that we know can hit the ball but has been kind of scrapping a bit late. As he will take outside, a 1-0 count. Quickly get you the outfield defense for this Crushers team. Ryan Hockman in left, Colton Connolly in center, and Owen Zur in right. 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed by Withers. 1-1 count for Daniel, who celebrated a birthday. I want to say that was last weekend. Withers come in batting .222 on the summer. Sends one high into the air. Now, these balls have been difficult as of late. Third baseman Enderle tracking this one will make the catch. Just into foul territory, about 2/3 of the way from home out towards third. 2 down. Still at first base is Shaver. Brings up Danner Wirtz, the 8-hitter. Danner has had an exceptional season on the mound this summer for the Docs, batting just .162 with a bat in his hand. Had a strong spring season with Roseburg at the plate. Wasn't necessarily a big-time power hitter, but he came through in just clutch moments throughout the year. He takes a little high for ball 1. It was just kind of found the open spot consistently for Roseburg during the spring season and would just poke him in and drive in runs. He takes low and outside, a 2-0 count. For Danner Wirtz, he hit .390. He was consistently hitting. So he hits one up the middle. It'll go towards short. They'll flip it, Hunt to Swartz, and that'll get Shaver the lead runner for the final out here in the first inning. So fielder's choice for Danner Wirtz, and that'll wrap it up. Docs send 8 hitters to the plate in the first inning. They get 4 runs across on 5 hits here in the first inning. There were no errors for the Crushers, and the Docs will leave 1 man on base. They grab an early lead, 4-0 on top of the Canyon Crushers as we head to the top of the second on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Johnson Lumber Company, a forward-thinking family company, has been operating in the Douglas County community for over 60 years. Founded by Don R. Johnson, the man who set the tone of commitment to these local communities by providing stable, long-term employment. D.R. Johnson Lumber Company understands the significance of investing in our youth because they are the foundation of our future. That's why they're a proud supporter of Roseburg Doc Stewart's. Come watch the Docs swing some lumber with D.R. Johnson Lumber Company. Go Docs!
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Financial security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Sawyer Enderle will lead things off for the Canyon Crushers. He takes a strike on the inside corner on a breaking ball from Tegan Sprague. Doc Stewart's baseball for you here on the Score. 1-1 count as a pitch bounces off the outside corner. Today's game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Foul tip off the end of the bat on another breaking ball for Enderle, and Sawyer Enderle, the third baseman, leadoff man here in the second, has a 1-2 count. Doc Stewart's in front 4-0 as we start the second inning. A pitch bounces in front of the plate for Sprague, and that evens up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Enderle. Sawyer Enderle out of Silverton High School. Hits one towards second base. Nice roller right towards Logan Anderson, who gets a routine put out at first. 1 down.
The next batter, number 32, Wade
That'll
Bergdahl.
bring up Wade Bergdahl, the DH, batting for Cash Martin, the pitcher. Bergdahl, surprisingly, and if you are watching from the Crushers squad and you have some info for me, would be great, as he will take a strike over the plate. Try to do my research to get at least some information on a bit of everybody here on this team. And Wade Bergdahl, for some reason, unique name, so not one that you think would be hard to Google and find out some information on. but I couldn't find any details on him, which high school he was from and out of. I checked a lot of the rosters for teams in the area that it looks like this Crushers team pulls from, and couldn't find out what high school he was from. A little surprised by that, especially with a name that's a bit unique, not super common name. Was unable to find out which school he went to this year. 2-1 pitch to him. Sprague misses inside on a ball that was not off the mark by much. Inside is the indication from our home plate umpire, Austin Stone. 3-1 count for Sprague. And missing, that's ball 4. First walk in the game for Sprague. So Wade Bergdahl draws the walk, gets on with 1 out. The Crushers have had a runner on base in every inning so far. They had 1 man on, a leadoff single in the first inning. With 1 out and 1 on, Ryan Hockman, the left fielder, will stand in. First pitch high and inside for Sprague, misses for ball 1. Hockman out of Silverton High School, a transfer from Staten High School. Went over to Silverton for his senior year, earning second-team All-League honors as a pitcher. A 1-0 count. Chops it towards first base. Fair ball, step on first, throw down to second for the tag, and they get the tag on for a double play. Danner Wirtz fields that one right on top of the bag at first, steps on the pillow, then throws to second where Paxton Burke will apply the tag for a double play. That'll end things here in the second inning. The not-so-typical 1-6. Unassisted put out at first, then they throw to second for the tag. Double play to end off an inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on for the Crushers. We head to the bottom of the second. Docs lead it 4-0 on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
First batter for the Docs to lead off the bottom of the second inning, number 12, Ty Hellenthal.
Ty Hellenthal will be our leadoff man here in the bottom of the second. Today's game brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyaway Travel. Make sure you have an agent in your corner. Give them a call at 541-672-5701. First pitch from Cash Martin in the dirt for ball 1 against Ty Hellenthal. Leads things off for the Docs. The two-time 2A, 1A state player of the year as he takes outside for ball 2. Second season on the Docs this year for Hellenthal. Last summer with the Docs, batted .258 in 22 games. Pops this one up and out of play for strike 1. Hellenthal this summer has played in 21 games so far. This will be number 22. Average only at 184, so looking to bring that up here and get hot going into the postseason. The 2-1 pitch, in for a called strike. Hellenthal, meanwhile, on the mound has been very good. 32 and a two-third innings worked for Hellenthal. He's got a 3-0 record on the mound with a 1.07 ERA. So maybe the batting average not quite as high as he would like it to be, but the ERA is low right where he wants it to be, right there around 1. That's not too shabby for him. Fouls off the 2-2 to stay alive. 9-1-2 hitters coming up here in the second for the Docs, leading 4-0. Breaking ball outside. Doesn't get the call for Martin. Wind is blowing left to right across the diamond here at Champion Car Wash Field. Temperatures in the upper 80s. outside, and Hellenthal will draw a full count walk to lead things off. Nice job to stay in that at-bat, battle his way to getting on to lead things off. So that will be first walk issued by Cash Martin. Hellenthal, the catcher, will get a courtesy runner. Fletcher Coleman will go out there.
Running at first base, number 2, Fletcher Coleman.
One on, nobody out. Paxton Burke, who is now 15 for 17 in on base in the last 4 games and an inning. He takes outside for ball 1. He has been on an absolute tear. It has been really impressive. And he will ground one towards short. This could be a chance at 2, though. Hunt gets it to the second baseman, Swartz, who relays it over to first. He won't get it there in time to get Burke, who's out of the box quickly as a lefty. But they do get Fletcher Coleman at second base, the courtesy runner cut down.
Second baseman, Logan Anderson.
One away. Fielder's choice will get Burke on. He'll continue his streak here. So that is now 16 for 18 on base and in 4 games and 2 innings. He's on at first with 1 out. First pitch swinging away for Logan Anderson. Fouls it off for strike 1. Burke had a stretch in that series against Central Oregon where he was 6 for 6. It's a pickoff throw to check on him at first base. He's in safely. Game 1 in Redmond against Central Oregon, he was 4 for 4 with 4 singles, and then he starts out Game 2 with a triple and a double. He was 6 for 6 to start out that day. Very impressive. 0-1. He's running. The ball is fouled off by Anderson. Just the numbers are I'm kind of fanboying out about Paxton Burke and his success right now, but boy, the numbers are just electric. And he has been a kind of a spark plug that is trying to help lead this team and be a guy that's out there driving them forward. He'll try to steal again and again. Logan Anderson will waste his effort. Logan sends one foul down the third base side and out of play on left field. Stays an 0-2 count. With 2 strikes, Anderson can't let anything go by. So Burke will have to head back to first base after trying to steal second a couple times, trying to get the hit and run on as the Docs lead it 4-0 in the bottom of the second. The pickoff throw to first, not in time. Doc Stewarts have clinched a postseason berth. They'll wait to find out, hoping that they'll know their fate for the postseason tomorrow. They need Medford to win one of the 2 games against Central Oregon. Low, a 1-2 count for Anderson. If Medford can get 1 out of the 2 tomorrow, and Medford, I believe, is hosting Central Oregon tomorrow, then the Docs will be the number 2 seed heading to the state tournament, and they are automatically into state. Pitch is high, 2-2 count. Medford would also be automatically in. We'll take a look at the state tournament layout for the first round of games. As a 2 seed, the Docs would be up against a area champion, or number 1 seed, I should say. As a pitch outside, 3-2 count for Logan Anderson with Paxton Burke on at first and 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Area 4 looks like it is mostly set up against the Area 2 teams. There's a swing and a miss on the inside corner. Strike 3 out is Anderson, but taking second base on the strikeout is Paxton Burke. He steals second. Ball got in and out of the glove for Postal Weight. So that made that easy for Burke. He gets into scoring position. First strikeout in the game for Cash Martin. 2 down here in the second. Up to bat, Cal Robbins. Robbins, an RBI triple his last time up, takes low and outside. So Area 2 is hosting the state tournament this year, the Portland Barbers, and the Barbers have run away with the league title there. So as the league champion and the host team, they are not the number 1 seed. They're the host team for the state tournament. So the number 2 team, second place, will be the number 1 seed. So as the number 2 team out of Area 4, Docs might be playing the second place team out of Area 2 in the postseason if things work out the way they kind of seem like they might. Pitch outside to Cal, 2-0 count. The 2-0 pitch, Cal fouls it off. Strike 1. Now, looking at Area 2, pull that up here real quick. The second place team that could be the number 1 seed going to the state tournament out of Area 2 is the Hillsdale Merchants. And we'll get a preview of that matchup coming up on Sunday as the Doc Stewarts will host Hillsdale here for a doubleheader. That could be a matchup of a first-round game in the state tournament. 2-1 pitch is inside. Cal spinning out of the way of that one. It's got a 3-1 count. It's been breezy here lately in Roseburg, and it's ever so more evident based on that center field camera, which when zoomed in to get the hitter and the pitcher, definitely you can see every movement of the camera. High chopper towards short. Hunt fields and gets it across the diamond and in time to retire Cal Robbins. And that'll finish things off here in the second. Doc Stewart's get a couple of runners on, but good defense behind Cash Martin keeps the Docs off the board. No runs on no hits. There were no errors and one man left on base. Doc Stewart's will leave a man on, and they do not add to their 4-0 lead as we head to the top of the third in this 7-inning ball game on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Turn and face your crowd over here. Turn around. These guys are going to help you here. Beckett Epp. Raise your hand, Beckett. There you go. Cash Baker.
A little bit of a break in the action here in between innings as they introduce the Umpqua Valley Cal Ripken team, one of the youth teams here in Douglas County that have qualified for a regional tournament. Sounded like we'll get the details on things here in a moment from our public address announcer, Robert Tilton, but I believe I heard him say that the team is trying to raise some funds tonight, heading off to Helena, Montana for a tournament. Congratulations to these young men getting announced down on the field, and good luck to them in the tournament. We'll try to share some more details on that here coming up in just a moment. But they come out there, they look almost dressed as if like they are the Doc Stewarts in their white uniforms, orange and blue color scheme. They're wearing kind of the same colors there. It looks kind of cool. You've got the Docs out there with their mini-me's on the field. So good luck to those young men as they get ready for a regional tournament coming up and a fun trip, I'm sure, that is ahead of them at Helena, Montana.
They do need some help to get to Montana.
I'll give us a little break in the action here. I'll let you know that tonight's game is brought to you by Southern Septic Service. Nobody sticks their nose in Southern Septic Service's business. Get a free no-obligation estimate today for all your septic, grease trap, and portable toilet needs. Visit SouthernSepticServiceInc.com.
We do want it back, so congratulations again.
And also today's game brought to you by McClendon Smokehouse, a family-owned meat shop and smokehouse offering a wide selection, plus fresh produce, baked goods, and a general grocery selection. Stop by on West Harvard Avenue in Roseburg. All right, here we go. Karina chiming in on the YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in and joining us. Makes it all worth it that we're here doing these games live for you guys on our live video coverage, which is brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe, as well as our many other sponsors. And, you know, I know maybe you might be tuning in if you're not in the area to be able to watch it and follow it from afar. But if you are local and you get a chance to support some of our sponsors that help make this possible, we always encourage you to do so. We would not be able to be here at all these games if it were not for our sponsors that chip in and help us cover the cost of being able to get out and do these games on a regular basis and do them at a top level. All right, here we go. Back to the action after the break there to talk about the Umpqua Valley Christian Youth Baseball Team. Umpqua Valley Cal Ripken, baseball team. Up to bat is going to be the 8-hitter Owen Zur. A 1-0 count. He takes a strike on the outside corner. And there's some details. Thank you very much, Robert. The 1-1 pitch, fouled away. A ball and 2 strikes to Owen Zur. Zur, Oliver Hunt, and then back to the top of the order for Colton Connolly. Owen Zur out of Sprague High School. Class of 2025. He'll take low and outside. A 2-2 count from Tegan Sprague, the pitcher on the mound for the Docs. Zur is headed to Centralia Community College. 2-2. Fouls one in the air. Could be playable for Wirtz. He tries to get going, but he will run out of space and thankfully does not take out the chain link fence down there, down the right field side. The big boy had a head of steam going there and goes barreling into the fence. Can't make the catch, but gave it an effort. 2-2 count remains here for Zur. Tegan Sprague looking to start things off with an out here against the 8-hitter. Ground ball towards short. Paxton Burke charging in. Gets a nice hop. Whips it across the diamond to Wirtz. And there's one away. They get Zur for the first out. One down. And up to bat will be Oliver Hunt. Hunt, the 9-hitter. Out of Staten. Class of 2026. Earning second-team All-League honors this year for the Eagles. Right-handed batter. We'll get his first look at Tegan Sprague. The Umpqua Valley Cal Ripken 10U All-Stars. Pitch high and inside, 1-0 count for Hunt. They won the 2025 Southern Oregon Cal Ripken State Tournament back on July 13th in Eugene. There's a ground ball left side. Diving attempt by Withers. Diving stop by Burke, but a throw from the outfield grass. He thinks better of it, hangs on to the baseball. And Oliver Hunt, the 9-hitter, will have the second hit in the ballgame for the Crushers. He gets on as the 9 spot and sends it back to the top of the order with 1 out and 1 on. Docs were able to turn a double play to finish things off in the second inning. We'll see if they can get another ball to do that here in the third. Colton Connolly, the third man, due up. And the third man coming up here in the third inning. He takes on the inside corner for a strike. Waiting on deck, the 4th hitter, hoping for a chance to bat here, Colson Swartz. The on-deck hitter is brought to you by the Blind Man. If you're feeling the heat when you're on your deck, contact the Blind Man, a Hunter Douglas Gallery dealer in Roseburg. They can help you with several patio shade options to beat the summer heat or other design options for your home. Visit blindmanroseburg.com. 0-1 pitch, misses low, 1-1 count for Connolly. Connolly, a single to lead things off in the third. He stole second, moved to third base on a ground out, but was left stranded at third. Getting there with less than 2 outs, could not get him in. Pickoff throw, checking on the runner, Oliver Hunt at first. Another pickoff throw, and Wirtz does a nice job of picking that one off the turf and make sure it doesn't get by. At the plate waiting on the at-bat to continue. Connolly. Ground ball left side, long run. Sliding attempt, could not get the glove in front of it. And Burke, feet first slide, tries to get there. It took one hop over the top of him. That'll be a base knock. Long run, left his feet to try and get there. Could not make the play for the Docs. Third hit in the game for the Crushers, and they've got runners at first and second with one away. The Post 58 Canyon Crushers, up there from North Willamette Valley area. They trail 4-0, looking to try and cut into that deficit here in the third against Tegan Sprague. First pitch high, a 1-0 count to Swartz, who is a left-handed batter and grounded out to shortstop his first time up. The 1-0 pitch. Line drive out towards left field. Not playing very deep out there. The catch is made by Shaver. 2 down. With the lefty at the plate, Shaver playing in.
Now batting number 21, Wyatt.
Not expecting something hit hard to the opposite field out of Swartz, and the gamble worked off there. He was in the right spot to make that catch and not allow the runners to move up. At second base, Oliver Hunt. Colton Connolly at first. 2 down as Wyatt Postlethwaite will bat. The catcher struck out swinging his first time up. First pitch of the at-bat. Inside, just around the belt buckle. So this 10U All-Star team, they won the tournament up in Eugene on July 13th. They've earned a chance to represent the state of Oregon at the 2025 Pacific Northwest Cal Ripken Regional. That tournament will be in Helena, Montana. Strike across the capital of the state there. The team will have their games on Game Changer. That's the Umpqua Valley Cal Ripken 10U All-Stars. I think they usually abbreviate it on Game Changer, UVCR, 10U All-Stars. Find them there and stay up to date on the regional action. They get started in the regional on July 23rd. Throw to check on the runner out at second base. Back in safely goes Hunt. So good luck to them. Tournament kicks off on July 23rd. It'll run through the 26th. That'll be leading right into the state tournament where the Doc Stewarts will be expecting to be. 1-1 from Sprague. His breaking ball misses low, 2-1 against Postlethwaite. The players on this year's team, Jace Ireland, Luke Driver, Beckett Epp, Cash Baker, Jeremiah Futrell, Easton Wafer, Easton Kohler. There's a few more names we'll get to. The 2-1 pitch, elevated, 3-1 count. Braxton Jansen, Grayson Maddox, Jace Hansen, Wyatt Sanders. Good luck to those young guys there. Right now, Tegan Sprague needing a little bit of luck going his way, facing a 3-1 count. A walk would load him up. Pickoff throw to second base. Anderson breaking to cover the bag. Back in safely. He is Oliver Hunt. There's 2 down. Docs need 1 more to keep the shutout going. Wyatt Postlethwaite at the plate. The 3-1 pitch, looking for something he can drive. The runner going, and that ball is fouled down the first base side, just past the dugout for the Crushers. In that first base dugout, hitting off the new netting in front of the grandstands behind the dugouts here at Champion Car Wash Field. Safety improvement there. Full count now for the 3-hitter in the lineup. The Canyon Crushers trying to cut into the 4-run deficit. Sprague, the 3-2 pitch. High and inside, ball 4. And that'll load him up. Postlethwaite makes his way down to first. Oliver Hunt to third. Colton Connolly to second. Out to the mound goes Ty Hellenthal, who probably caught Tegan Sprague quite a bit during the spring season at Umpqua Valley Christian. The 2 teammates there for the Monarchs, winning a state championship this year. Back-to-back state titles for the Monarchs and for Ty Hellenthal and for Tegan Sprague. Tegan Sprague, class of 2027, first year on the Doc Stewarts. Now trying to work out of a bit of a jam here. He issues a walk. It's his second walk of the game. And he faces the cleanup hitter, James Collier. He grounded out to second his first time up. He'll ground one third base side, but it goes foul to the coach, Kyle Baker, in the third base box. Seems like Coach Baker kind of running things on his own here. That looks like a player that's in the coach's box at first. Oh, 1 count for Collier. Swings through for strike 2. Bases loaded with 2 away, and behind 0-2, James Collier Now looking to protect the plate is Tegan Sprague trying to get out of the jam and leave the bases full of crushers. 0-2 pitch. High and away. Looked like he might have gone to the changeup there, tried to see if he could get Collier out on that front foot. James Collier's out of Silverton. Honorable mention All-State as a first baseman this year. The 1-2 pitch. Got it off the end of the bat to stay alive. Fouls it back to the backstop. Collier, honorable mention All-State honors, first team All-League as a first baseman as well. And he's a youngster, class of 2027 as well. Same year as the pitcher on the mound, Tegan Sprague. The 1-2 pitch, bases loaded in a 4-0 ball game behind the plate. Hellenthal, great job to smother that baseball, make sure it does not get by, holding Oliver Hunt out at third base, who would be the first run of the game for the Crushers if he can come in to score. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 down and the bases loaded. And Sprague misses outside for ball 3. And now the moment's on. The pressure's here. He's got to find the strike zone or induce a swing and a miss out of James Collier. Bases loaded. The runners will be moving on the pitch to the plate. Sprague out of the stretch, sets, and will deliver. Swing and a miss. A huge strikeout to finish things off here in the top of the third. Doc Stewart will get through it with the shutout still intact as Tegan Sprague will pick up his second strikeout of the game, a big one against the cleanup batter, James Collier. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, 3 men left on base for the Crushers. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Doc's leading it 4-0, looking to add to their advantage here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
It wasn't until 1925 that the American Legion gave birth to its first youth program, and that was American Legion Baseball. And the emphasis was on citizenship and sportsmanship.
Travel ball, a lot of the times you go and you play and it's kind of just more of an individual game. But in Legion Baseball, it's more of a team working towards a goal, and I really appreciate that.
That you're playing for something more than just yourself. We're playing for all the past veterans who have served. We're playing for the people who are still serving in the military. And it's a huge honor to be part of this program.
Head into the bottom of the third inning. Let's take a look at our D.R. Johnson Lumber Company scoreboard update. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for post 58 for the Roseburg Doc Stewarts. 4 runs on 5 hits and no errors in the ball game. They lead it by a score of 4-0. Heading to the bottom of the third here. Cash Martin misses inside against Taj Flora. Flora, Dane St. Clair, and Ryan Shaver, the 3 men due up here in this third inning. Bouncing outside for Martin, a 1-1 count. D.R. Johnson Lumber Company, a progressive family-owned company, proudly supporting our local youth. Come on out and watch the Docs swing some lumber. D.R. Johnson making lumber since 1951. 2-0 pitch, misses for Flora. He's ahead, 3 balls, no strikes. He had a RBI single back in the 4th. Back up the middle. That scored Cal Robbins to make it 3-0 at the time. 3-0 pitch. Hits the inside corner for strike 1. Flora was ready to head to first base. Started ditching the elbow pad. Had to put the Velcro strap back on and pick back up the bat. 3-1 pitch. That one will hit him. He would have preferred ball 4 on the last one instead of getting beaned. Taj got beaned I think he got beaned twice
Next batter, number 13,
in that doubleheader Wednesday. He was hit by a pitch in Game 2 and hit by a pitch in Game 1. Well, I remember one of them ended up in the kind of between the shoulder blades on his back, and he also got hit in the rear end. I think it was the second time he got hit in that twin bill in Redmond. Almost felt like he took it personally because he ended up stealing second and then stole third as the first pitch in for a strike to Dane St. Clair. Taj Flora on the season does have 10 stolen bases, second most to Paxton Burke, who has 15. Dane St. Clair up to bat, 0 for 1 in the game. A fielder's choice got him on, and he would score a run as he takes high and inside, a 1-1 count back in the first inning. He had a tapper back to the mound. They got the lead runner, Taj Flora, at second, but then St. Clair got on and came around to score on a single by Ryan Shaver. There goes Flora, in for a strike, throw to second, not in time, and Taj will add to his stolen base total. A 1-2 count for St. Clair at the plate. A stolen base for Flora puts him into scoring position. Leadoff man up to second base, a 1-2 count for St. Clair with nobody out. He takes inside, and that got him on the foot. So that'll put Dane St. Clair at first base. Taj Flora will have to head back to second. He thought that ball might have gotten away, and he was trying to take third in the process.
Number 15,
he will head back to second base. Back-to-back hit batters for Cash Martin, and out to the mound will go Postal Wait to have a quick conversation. 2 hit batters and Ryan Shaver up to bat. Today's game brought to you by Winston Auto Care. Don't strike out with your car troubles. Call Winston Auto Care at 541-679-8685. Your home team for auto repair for over 25 years. Runners at first and second with nobody out. Doc's trying to add to a 4-0 lead here in the bottom of the third. Game 1 of our doubleheader today. First pitch showing a bunt. Shaver will take outside, a 1-0 count. Ryan Shaver, an RBI single in the first inning. Shaver with his 5th RBI of the season. One of those RBIs, a solo home run hit up in Springfield at the Hamlin Sports Complex. Shows a bunt and lays it down, but it goes to the backstop. It caught me off guard. I wondered if maybe it had been an inside the park or maybe he'd gotten a generous ruling on a ball that he hit that maybe probably had some errors that allowed him to run around the bases. But no, he cleared the fences by a bit. As they bring the defense in, the 1-1 pitch, ground ball towards short. Instead of trying to get the double play, they just go to first to get one, and both runners will move into scoring position. Oliver Hunt, not sure if he just didn't feel as if Swartz hadn't gotten to second base in time to be able to cover the bag. Kind of looked like he should have been. Or if he felt like that was just his best option. So that'll be a ground out to the shortstop for Shaver and puts 2 runners into scoring position for Daniel Withers. Withers flew out to the third baseman in foul territory his first time up. The 0-1 count. Swing and a miss for strike 2. See if I can pull up a score on Corvallis and Salem squaring off this evening for the Post 58 fans. This is a ball to left field, drops in, base hit for Withers. 1 run scores, a second run coming to the plate. The throw in, not there in time. Dane St. Clair will score. A 2-run single for Daniel Withers. And for that young man, we know it's in there. Good to see him coming up with a clutch hit for the Doc Stewarts. Need to see him doing more of that as the postseason looms. 6-0, Doc Stewarts will take the lead here in the third inning. They add to it, I should say. That's the 6th hit in the game for the Docs. And they are up 6-0 on top of the Crushers with 1 out. Pickoff throw to check on Withers at first. Danner Wirtz at the plate. Outside, a 1-0 count to start for him. Cash Martin continuing to throw here in the third inning. First hit that he has given up since the first inning. 2 balls, no strikes. Wirtz will take inside. 3-0 count. That pitch from my angle didn't look bad, but we're a little offset here, so kind of hard to tell for sure. 3-0 pitch, and Wirtz will take ball 4. He draws a walk. Second walk for Martin here in this 3rd inning. He has hit 2 batters and now walked 1. Runners at first and second once again with 1 out. And that's going to prompt a visit out to the mound for Kyle Baker to have a conversation with the team. Breaking the action, and the 9-hitter Ty Hellenthal coming up to bat. Want to let you know, coming up in between games, good time to let you know, as Danner Wirtz makes his trip down to first. He's going to be our Evergreen Family Medicine player interview today. Danner will talk with him coming up in between games. We'll have that for you at the start of Game 2. I'm not going to say that I promise it will happen. It should, and I feel like 99% positive that it will. But what I will say is that I screwed it up last time, so I can't guarantee that it will be perfect. But we will have that interview for you on the video stream as well as on the radio. And I know I messed it up with Jake Johnson's interview on Wednesday there between the doubleheader at Redmond. We will have Jake's interview up on our YouTube channel here shortly so that people can go back and watch that, because I didn't get it on the air if you were trying to watch it online. First pitch to Hellenthal, a strike called. 0-1 count to start for the 9-hitter. Hellenthal drew a walk in the 2nd inning. The 0-1 pitch from Martin. Hellenthal gets underneath it, launches it out towards left field on the run. It's out in front of Ryan Hockman. He can't catch up to it. Flora heading to the plate. The ball got loose and is out in the left field corner. Wirtz held up at second base. Not sure if he saw the signal or if that's what they wanted out of him. Hellenthal was thinking 2 and probably had a good chance to get there, but Wirtz held up and he had to go all the way back to first. 1 run will score on the base hit for Hellenthal. He drives in a run. RBI is brought to you by Umpqua Bank. Docs cash in, and you can too with Umpqua Bank. Member FDIC. Stop by one of their 6 branches in Douglas County, in Roseburg, Sutherland, Myrtle Creek, and Canyonville. Coming in to score, I said Flora. That was Daniel Withers, scoring from second base. Paxton Burke, the leadoff man, takes high and away. Burke had the first hit of the game for the Doc Stewarts back in the 1st inning. He bats for a 3rd time in his mini innings. He is 1 for 2 today. He's been on base twice, reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd. The 1-0 pitch from Martin. Ground ball towards short, and Wirtz not sure what he was waiting for. He watches it. He will get to third as the throw to first is not in time to get Burke, who will get on base for a 3rd time. Again, it's a fielder's choice. And again, it's Ty Hellenthal that's the victim at second base. Danner did have to wait for that ball to get by in front of him, but got a late break to third base. Gets there, though, no problem. With 2 down, runners on the corners. Hellenthal out 6-4 at second base. 8th hitter to the plate for the Doc Stewarts. 2nd time they've sent 8 hitters to the plate in the game. Stealing second will be Burke. They will let the ball go all the way through, and the tag applied by the shortstop, but not in time. 2nd stolen base in the game for Burke. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. At the plate, that pitch misses for Logan Anderson. He's got a 1-0 count. They sent the second baseman in front as if they were going to cut that ball off short and try to throw to the plate to see if Wirtz tried to go home on the throw to second, but they let it go all the way through. But in time, Paxton Burke, tough guy to get caught stealing. 2-0 pitch to Anderson, misses high and inside, 3-0 count. Evergreen Family Medicine, you can expect the unexpected with Evergreen Family Medicine, serving Roseburg, Myrtle Creek, Sutherland. Evergreen offers more than traditional primary care. Always expect more from Evergreen. Our player interview sponsors. 3-0, outside, ball 4. A walk to load him up and bring the 9th hitter to the plate here in the 3rd inning, and it's none other than Cal Robbins. The big bat of Cal. We'll see if he can drive in some more runs. Doc's on top 7-0 at the moment with 2 down here in the bottom of the third. Martin delivers, and a breaking ball outside, gets away, but Wirtz not going to try and test it. It'll be a 1-0 count to start for Cal Robbins. Obviously, you got to be cautious with him. He's a dangerous hitter, but there's nowhere to put him, so you also have to you can't dance around the strike zone. You got to attack it in this spot for Martin. And that is the joy of this game. Tough spot here for the pitcher. The 1-0. Hits a bit inside, just a bit too far there for Martin. Having a hard time reading the inside corner from up here apparently today. I've been thinking a couple are going to get called strikes. They are not. 2-0 count for Robbins. That one on the outside corner will get called. Cal watches it go by. Wirtz at third, Burke at second, Anderson at first. 2 down, the 2-1 to Robbins. Chops it towards third base. It will be foul. And the count evens up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cal last time up, grounded out to short. Had an RBI triple back in the first. Cash Martin trying to work out of this jam. He's already given up 3 runs here in this third inning. The 2-2 pitch for Cal Robbins. Cal gets underneath it, launches it in the air down the left field line. It's not going to be deep enough to get out, but it's going to be trouble, and a diving attempt for Ryan Hockman. He can't get there. Docs will score 3 as into second base goes Cal Robbins, and it's 10-0. Doc Stewart's in front. We were talking about it a little bit earlier. It was a subject I thought about getting back to at some point in this game. Fly balls here have been just absolutely treacherous for everybody as of late. And right there you see it come into play. The wind holding that ball up made it a long run for Ryan Hockman. It lands just inside the fair line, or the foul line, down the left field side. Hockman gave all he could to try and get to that ball. It was out of his reach. And 3 runs come in to score for the Doc Stewarts. Cal Robbins at second, adding to his RBI total. Now a ball opposite field. This ball right field, Sunfield, but handling it well is Owen Zur out there, and that'll get Taj Flora for the final out here in the third. But the Doc Stewarts will add 6 runs here in the bottom of the third, and they're on top 10-0 as we go to the top of the 4th inning. We will be back with more as Doc Stewart's Baseball coming at you tonight here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
First pitch in, ball 1 for Tegan Sprague against Sawyer Enderly. So we start the 4th inning here from Champion Car Wash Field. A little elevated on the 1-0 pitch. It's a 2-0 count. Doc Stewart's leading it 10-0 on top of the Post 58 Canyon Crushers. The 2-0 is fouled off down the right field side for Enderly, who's 0 for 1 with a ground out to second. Today's ball game brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. The 2-1 pitch hits the corner, a 2-2 count. Not sure if I wasn't paying attention, Not sure if we got a legal ID in there at the end of that break. Back in the booth. Swing and a miss for Enderle. He goes down with the strikeout. That is the third in the game for Tegan Sprague, one away. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. Doc Stewart's Baseball here on The Score. Wade Bergdahl leading up to bat with one out. He walked his first time. He starts off with a strike on the outside corner and now takes one off the plate for ball one. A 1-1 count here. So Corvallis is leading Area 3 right now. And this Crushers team is hoping that the Salem WellCare Dodgers do something they have not done all season. That is win some games against an Area 3 team, and unfortunately I don't think they're going to get what they need here. As a 1-2 pitch is fouled away. Stays a 1-2 count. The Crushers pretty much needed Corvallis to lose all 4 of their games, if I'm looking at the standings correctly here. As a 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Breaking ball had him out on his front foot, and Sprague has his 4th strikeout in the game. Back-to-back Ks here in the 4th. 2 down, and Ryan Hockman, the left fielder, will stand in with nobody on base. He grounded out to first to begin a double play in the second.
Ryan Hockman.
Hockman takes well outside, 1-0 count. At 8-1, Corvallis, if they get to 9 wins, that would mean that they will at worst finish tied with Post 58, and the Crushers lost 3 out of 4 against Corvallis. As a high chopper to third. Withers, easy play across the diamond for the final out. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Tegan Sprague. And the Doc Stewarts with a big lead keep it going. As another shutout inning for Sprague. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. It's 10-0. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Doc Stewart's in front. We'll continue to go through the Area 3 standings and tell you what's going on in Corvallis as the Marketmen host the Dodgers there. Back after a 1-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Johnson Lumber Company, a forward-thinking family company, has been operating in the Douglas County community for over 60 years. Founded by Don R. Johnson, the man who set the tone of commitment to these local communities by providing stable, long-term employment. D.R. Johnson Lumber Company understands the significance of investing in our youth because they are the foundation of our future. That's why they're a proud supporter of Roseburg Doc Stewart's. Come watch the Docs swing some lumber with D.R. Johnson Lumber Company. Go Docs!
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Financial security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
First batter for the Ducks, number 13, Dane St. Clair.
It's a 10-0 lead for the Doc Stewarts as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch fouled away by Dane St. Clair to get things started against the Post 58 Canyon Crushers. Crushers sporting their red jersey tops here tonight. I have their color down as kind of the navy blue. That's what their ball caps are, but they're wearing their road jerseys with the red here tonight, so guessed the wrong color as I was putting together the scoreboard graphics for you. For those that are watching online, 1-1 pitch outside, a 2-1 count for Dane St. Clair, the lefty. Today's game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. 2-1 pitch. Dane gets underneath the ball towards center field. Short porch, and it will drop down. Leadoff single for the Doc Stewarts once again. Their 9th hit in the ball game. Dane will be on with his first hit. He's been on base 3 times. A fielder's choice, hit by a pitch, and a single now. He's scored his other 2 times on base. We'll see if he can do it again here. Nobody out, 1 on. Ryan Shaver batting. I believe that's still Cash Martin out there. That is correct. He misses outside ball 1. So the Crushers needed some help to be able to overtake Corvallis in the Area 3 standings. They needed Corvallis to lose 4 games. As a ball lifted towards left field, running and sliding to get underneath it. Hockman tracks it down, 1 away. Well-struck ball there by Shaver, but Hockman does a nice job to kind of round underneath that one, makes that diving stop for the first out here in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a miss for Daniel Withers, strike 1 to begin his at-bat with 1 down and 1 on. Withers had an RBI 2-run single in the 3rd inning. Swings through for strike 2. But Corvallis, they look like they have actually just wrapped it up. 15-0, they win game 1 of a doubleheader, and that'll clinch the Area 3 title, if I am not mistaken. The 0-2 pitch, Withers, swing and a miss for strike 3. First strikeout for Withers, second strikeout in the game for Martin. Still at first base, Dane St. Clair after the leadoff single. Danner Wirtz, 0 for 1 in the game, walked his last time up. He'll take ball 1 to start. So they have just gotten through the top of the 5th inning there at Hanson Stadium at Taylor Field. It's a pitch high with 2-0 count. The Corvallis Girding Builders Market men winning 15-0 over the Salem Wellcare Dodgers. And with that, Corvallis goes to 9-1 in league play. And that would mean that even if they lost the rest of their games, as the ball up the middle gets in for a base knock for Danner Wirtz, his first hit in the game. Line drive shot right back up the box. And moves Dane St. Clair over to second base. Docs have runners at first and second with 2 down.
Number 12, Ty Hellenthal.
That'll be the 10th hit in the game for the Stewies. Ty Hellenthal is 1 for 1 in the game, an RBI single his last time up. Also a walk. He'll bat with Dane St. Clair out at second base and Danner Wirtz at first. Takes inside. So the Girding Builders Market men look like they lock up number 1, even if they lost their remaining 2 games against the Dodgers. They would finish with the identical record with the Crushers, and they have the head-to-head tiebreaker in that series. So they should be good as far as I can tell. Again, I was kind of all over the place with the Area 4 scenarios on Wednesday when I was trying to game plan everything out. So I'm fairly certain that Corvallis has just clinched the Area 3 title. 2-0 pitch, way inside, and Hellenthal bending at the waist to curve his body out of the way of that one. Which I do believe, though, also means that the post-58 Crushers have now solidified themselves as the number 2 team out of Area 3. A strike across on the 3-0 pitch. Take a look at what that means. It's a 3-1 delivery here for Hellenthal. Swing and a miss for strike 2. The state tournament first round, the Area 3 number 2 will face Area 4 number 1, which is Medford. Ball popped up, out of play for Hellenthal. Fights it off on the full count pitch. So if everything in my head works out, well, Medford hasn't clinched it yet. That's right. Medford needs to win 1 tomorrow to clinch the Area 4 number 1. But most likely that's what we're looking at. 3-2 pitch, outside ball 4, bases loaded with 2 down. Second walk in the game for Hellenthal. Cash Martin can't get that final out and now loads the bases. His 3rd walk in the game. He's also hit 2 batters, and we got a trip out to the mound, and it looks like we're getting a pitching change. Cash Martin looks like he will come out of this game after 3 2/3. He hands over the baseball, and we'll have a new man on the mound. Let's go ahead and take a 60-second pause for the pitching change, which is brought to you by Overhead Door Company of Roseburg. If your garage doors are broken or just need updating, make the call to the Overhead Door Company of Roseburg for a change. They also provide full-service repairs. Visit overheaddoor.com. Get you all the details on the new man on the mound after this 1-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Taking a look around the diamond as they make the change here. Ryan Hockman's going to take over at second base for the Crushers.
Dr. Stewart, number 7, Paxton Burke.
Headed out to left field. Will be number 32. That's Bergdahl. The DH enters the game. New man in is Colson Swartz. Fires a first pitch strike 1 against Paxton Burke, who will lead things off. So Bergdahl takes over in left field for Hockman. Hockman moves to second to take over for Swartz, and Swartz goes to the mound to take over for Martin. 0-1 pitch, ground ball down the third base line, scooped up by Enderly, and that'll get Paxton, well, actually, I guess Paxton probably gets credit still for the fielder's choice to get on as they get the put out at third for the final out here in the 4th inning. Unassisted put out for Enderly at third base. Wraps up things here in the 4th inning. The Doc Stewart's unable to add anything here in the 4th. They leave the bases loaded. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 3 men left on. And we are headed to the top of the 5th. Docs needing 3 outs to secure a 5-inning, 10-run rule victory, leading 10-0 on top of the Crushers here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Oh, we come back. Tegan Sprague, sensing a victory within his reach, works quickly on his warm-up pitches, fires in the first pitch to Owen Zerr, and he grounds out to third baseman Daniel Withers to get things started here in the 5th. 1 out. Docs need 2 more outs to wrap up a 5-inning victory on top of the Crushers and set us up for Game 2. First pitch to the 9-hitter, Oliver Hunt, will hit the outside corner for strike 1. Sprague looking for another win on his tally this summer. Misses low and outside. 1-1 count against Hunt, who is 1 for 1 in the game with a single towards short. Today's ball game brought to you by Bowers Industrial, a proud supporter of our local community and our local youth sports. 1-1 pitch, high and away for Sprague. 2 balls and a strike. Also want to say thanks to our sponsor, Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson & Company, member SIPC. 2-1 pitch out of Sprague, inside, misses, a 3-1 count. He has lost the strike zone after getting that first out quickly. The 9-hitter at the plate on deck is Colton Connolly, the top of the order, the on-deck hitter, brought to you by the blind man. It's a ball lifted towards center, right towards Dane St. Clair for the put-out. Oliver Hunt, the second out. And now the on-deck hitter is up to bat with 2 away here in the top of the 5th. The blind man, if you're feeling the heat when you're on your deck, contact the blind man, a Hunter Douglas Gallery dealer in Roseburg. They can help you with several patio shade options to beat the summer heat or other design options for your home. Visit blindmanroseburg.com for more details. Connolly is 2 for 2 in this game, a pair of singles, a couple of ground ball singles, one to the left, one to the right. Takes the first pitch for strike 1. He begins the third time through the order for this Crushers team. The 0-1 pitch fouled away for strike 2, and he'll have to protect the plate. Connolly trying to send the batting order to the heart of the lineup, which is always brought to you by Floors by Design. Heart of the lineup is kind of waiting for their chance here in this 5th inning. The 0-2 pitch, just outside. A 1-2 count. Flooring is at the heart of every home, and Floors by Design is the premier location in Douglas County, offering the latest and greatest from the industry's leading manufacturers. Visit roseburgflooring.com for more details. Ground ball to short. This might do it. Burke over to Wirtz. There we go. A 5-inning victory for Tegan Sprague. And the offense helps him out with a 10-0 shutout win in Game 1 of this doubleheader. The Doc Stewarts will pick up the victory. And Game 2 will be coming up here in just a little bit, but we cruise through Game 1 here tonight. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base in the top of the 5th for the Crushers. They managed 3 hits in this one. The Doc Stewarts on the other side put 10 hits and 10 runs up on the board as they get the victory. 10-0 the final score. We'll take a look at all the numbers and wrap it up for you here. And then we've got our player interview with Danner Wirtz coming up in between games here. So stay tuned for that. Game 1, a final, 10-0. Doc Stewart's take down the Canyon Crushers. Docs improved to 19-17 on the year. The Crushers now 18-18 on the season. Back after this 3-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors, at home or on the road, at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
D.R. Johnson Lumber Company, a forward-thinking family company, has been operating in the Douglas County community for over 60 years. Founded by Don R. Johnson, the man who set the tone of commitment to these local communities by providing stable, long-term employment. D.R. Johnson Lumber Company understands the significance of investing in our youth because they are the foundation of our future. That's why they're a proud supporter of Roseburg Dr. Stewart's. Come watch the Docs swing some lumber with D.R. Johnson Lumber Company. Go Docs!
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.
Final from Game 1 here at Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg, Oregon. Doc Stewart's win it 10-0 on top of the Post 58 Canyon Crushers out of the kind of Salem general area, stating up that direction there for the Crushers. Doc Stewart's get the victory to go to 19-17 on the year. They've won back-to-back games. Third consecutive loss for the Crushers. They're now 18-18 on the year. Taking a look at our D.R. Johnson Lumber Company scoreboard update. No runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 4 men left on base for the Crushers. For the Doc Stewarts, 10 runs on 10 hits, no errors, and 6 men left on base. D.R. Johnson, a progressive family-owned company, proudly supporting our local youth. Come on out and watch the Docs swing some lumber. That is D.R. Johnson, making lumber since 1951. Well, Tegan Sprague does a good job on the mound, getting some swings and misses, getting him some playable balls for his defense, and the offense came out swinging. 10 hits on the board as they would wrap things up against Cash Martin, who takes the loss in this one. Docs able to get the 10 runs on the board and do so in efficient manner, just on 10 hits. Tegan Sprague will get the victory. 5 innings. He allowed 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts, as he will improve to 3-1 on the summer. Cash Martin takes the loss, 3 2/3. He gives up 10 runs on 10 hits, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 2 hit batters. Colson Swartz came in and got the final out of the 4th inning on a ground ball to the third baseman, who got the force out at third base for the final out of the 4th inning. So Swartz just 1/3 of an inning worked. No runs, no hits, no walks, and no strikeouts. Doc Stewart's put 4 runs up in the 1st inning. They get another 6 in the 3rd for their 10 runs total. Taking a look at some of the offensive numbers here as we continue to run through things here. For the Doc Stewarts, no pitching change in this one. All pitching changes are brought to you by Overhead Door Company of Roseburg. If your garage doors are broken or just need updating, make the call to the Overhead Door Company of Roseburg for a change. They also provide full-service repairs. Visit overheaddoor.com. Well, for the Crushers, Connolly at the leadoff spot goes 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. Wyatt Postlethwaite got on base with a walk. Wade Bergdahl reached on a walk as well. And Oliver Hunt had a single in the 9 spot. Hunt and Connolly have the 3 hits in the game for the Crushers. For the Doc Stewarts, Paxton Burke, batting average might take a little bit of a hit here, but he gets on base all 4 times. And so that would mean that he is 18 for 20 in plate appearances. 18 times he reaches base in 20 plate appearances in his last 3 games. It's quite the streak there. Gets on base all 4 times here today. Had 1 hit, scores twice, steals 2 bases in there as well. Logan Anderson goes 1 for 2 with a single, a walk. He scores twice. Cal Robbins was 2 for 3 with a triple and a double. Drives in 4 runs. He also scored a run himself. Taj Flora had a 1 for 2 day with a single, was hit by a pitch, scored a run, had an RBI. Dane St. Clair was 1 for 2 in the game, hit by a pitch, a single, scored twice. Ryan Shaver goes 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Daniel Withers was 1 for 3 with a 2-run single. Danner Wirtz goes 1 for 2 with a single, a walk, and a run scored. Ty Hellenthal was 1 for 1 in the game with an RBI single and 2 walks in this one. Doc Stewart's RBIs brought to you by Umpqua Bank. First hit of the game was Paxton Burke, brought to you by MSK True Value. Today's ball game also has been brought to you by Roseburg Country Club, established in 1922, offering an 18-hole course with excellent year-round playability. Find out more at roseburgcountryclub.com. And by Gibbs RV Superstore. You got to get to Gibbs, where RV means real value. Our live video coverage has been brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. We'll have Game 2 getting started for you here in just a moment, so stay tuned for that. If you're watching online, just head back to our main channel on the YouTube page there, or if you're on 541radio.com and watching there, you can refresh the page and we'll have the Game 2 broadcast starting for you momentarily. I promise we'll get it right this time. I apologize once again for getting that wrong the last time we did this back on Wednesday with the interview by Jake Johnson not airing on the video stream. We will have, and we currently have, we're down to our final 3 that we're getting in. We had Jake Johnson, we've got Danner Wirtz today, and then we'll have Jake Sproul coming up on Sunday. Those were our final 3 that we had to get in for the season. We'll get it done before the postseason rolls around, and you can find all the player interviews. We have them up on our YouTube channel, except for these final 3. So Jake, Wirtz, and Sproul, those 3 will get uploaded here soon. But those, all the rest of them are up on our YouTube channel right now. You can go and check them out there. 1490 The Score on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button to follow us there, and make sure you don't miss any of the action for Doc Stewart's baseball. All right, Game 1 in the books. Doc's now 19-17 on the year. The Crushers are 18-18 on the season. A 10-0 win for the Docs in Game 1. We'll have Game 2 coming up in just a little bit. When we come back, we'll have the Game 2 broadcast underway with a word from Danner Wirtz as he joins us in between games. It's our Evergreen Family Medicine player interview. It'll be coming up in the Roseburg Disposal pregame show for Game 2 when we return. I'm Joey Kieran. This has been Doc's Baseball here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. All righty, let's try to get this going right this